Hello everyone, good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to UN Digital Class. Today I am going to discuss some of the development banks in India and their role towards the economic development of country. We have already discussed in our previous class one of the development financial institution, that was Industrial Finance Corporation of India, that is IFCI. Today I am going to discuss another development banks in India one by one. This is the Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI. So the IDBI was set up in July 1964 as a wholly owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India. The purpose was to enable the new institution to benefit from the financial support and experience of RBI. After a decade of its working, it was delinked from RBI in 1976 when its ownership was transferred to the Government of India, assisting the development of such institution and provide credit and other facilities for the development of industry. The role of IDBI may be stated as under: as an apex financial institution, it coordinates the working of other financial institutions. Second, it assists in the development of other financial institutions. Third, it provides credit to large industrial concerns directly. Fourth, it undertakes other activities for the development of industry. So the Industrial Development Bank of India, which is IDBI, that was set up in the year 1964 in the month of July as a wholly owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India. The purpose was to provide finance for the development of industry, and after 10 years of working, its contribution, or it was delinked from RBI and it was purely controlled and managed under Government of India. The main purpose was to provide finance for the development of industry as well as providing assistance to other financial institutions. IDBI was set up to provide certain assistance, or its main role was, there are certain which was performed. The first one is, being an apex financial institution, it works the working of other financial institutions. That means IDBI was set up for promoting finance as well as for the development of other financial institutions. Second, it also assists for the development of other financial institutions. Third, it provides credit to the large industrial concern directly, and it undertakes the other activities for the development of industry as well as for the promotion of finance to different financial institutions time to time. Then there are certain objectives of IDBI. The main objectives of IDBI to serve as the apex institution for term finance for industry in India. Its objectives include: first one is coordination, regulation, supervision of working of other financial institutions such as IFCI, ICICI, UTI, LIC, commercial banks and a state finance corporation. Second, supplementing the resources of other financial institutions and thereby widening the scope of their assistance. Third, planning, promotion and development of key industries and diversification of industrial growth. So IDBI was set up to provide certain objectives or to fulfill certain objectives. Being an apex institution, it provides different term finance to industrial growth in India, and time to time that was set up to fulfill certain objectives. The objectives was coordination, regulation and supervision of working. Basically IDBI was set up for coordination, for working as well as supervision of different financial institutions such as IFCI, ICICI, UTI, LIC, different commercial banks as well as state finance corporation or SFCs. It also set up for supplementing the resources of different financial institutions, thereby widening the scope of their assistance. IDBI was not only set up to provide finance or not only set up for providing assistance to different financial institutions, it was also set up for widening the scope of different other financial institutions or widening the scope of different activities of different financial institutions time to time. It is also set up for planning, promotion and development of key industries and a diversification of industrial growth. IDBI was also set up for a planning of different activities, coordination of different activities of different industries as well as for the growth of different industry time to time. So why IDBI was set up and what is its main function or role towards the economic development? The IDBI has been established to perform the following function. First function, to grant loan and advances to IFCI, SFCs or any other finance institution by way of refinancing loan granted by such institution which are repayable within 25 years. So the first important finance or important function of IDBI is granting of loan to different financial institutions by way of refinancing facilities, and that loans are repayable within 25 years. The second function, to grant loan and advances to different scheduled banks or state cooperative banks by way of refinancing loan granted by such institution which are repayable within 15 years. So IDBI was also provide different services not only to different financial institutions for granting of loan by way of refinance facilities, it was also provide loans by way of refinance facilities to different scheduled banks, cooperative banks which are repayable within 25 years. Third, to underwrite or to subscribe different shares, debentures of industrial concern. IDBI also provides different services for underwriting of shares or debentures of different industries. The fourth one is planning, promoting, developing industries with a view to fill the gap in industrial structure by conceiving, preparing and floating new project. So IDBI was also set up for different planning activities, different promotional activities of different industries time to time by providing different types of assistance as well as by way of providing different methods or procedures how to develop the projects of different industries. The fifth function, IDBI provides technical and administrative assistance for promotion, management and expansion of a industry. So for promotion and management of a different industry, IDBI time to time provides different types of technical as well as administrative assistance. Sixth, coordinating the activities of a financial institution for promotion and development of a industry. So IDBI coordinate the activities, planning the activities for a different industrial concern so that they can accordingly prepare and their industries can grow with a certain time period or stipulated time period. 7. Undertake the market and investment research, survey, techno-economic studies which helpful for the development of industry. So IDBI taking into consideration different research activities or study or making market survey, gaining information and provide that information to different industries so that by gaining the information or by acquiring the information from IDBI, different industries can implement that and accordingly they prepare so that their industries grow. Number 8, to provide consultancy and merchant banking services in or outside India. So this is another important service which is provided by IDBI. IDBI also provides different merchant banking services within India or outside India. Point number 9, to provide technical, legal, marketing, administrative assistance to different industrial concern or persons for promotion, management or expansion of a industry. So IDBI also set up to provide different types of technical assistance as well as management assistance for promotion of different industries or development of different projects from time to time. Point 10, planning, promoting and developing industry to fill the gap of industrial structure in India. So if at any time there is any gap arises or certain industries they are not developed properly or they are not gaining market importance in the present scenario, so in that case IDBI plans different information and provide that information so that the gap can be fulfilled by the industry and they can go ahead by utilizing that information. Next, IDBI also act as a trustee for the holders of debentures or other securities. So it also act as one type of a trustee for different shareholders as well as different debenture holders. In short, we can say that IDBI is the leader, coordinator and innovator in the field of industrial financing in our country. Its major activity is confined to financing, development and coordination as well as promotional function. So finally we can say that IDBI is the leader, it also acts as the coordinator as well as the motivator. It is set up for the promotion of a different industry by way of providing different types of information, guiding and motivating the different industry for their development within India, outside India. Then what are the subsidiaries of IDBI? The first one is Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI. Another one is IDBI Bank Limited. Then the third one is IDBI Capital Market Service. The fourth one is IDBI Investment Management Company. So these are the different subsidiaries of IDBI. They are set up for providing different types of activities relating to banking as well as financial institution as well as share market service, different or investment banking. Time to time different subsidiaries of IDBI were set up for providing different services. Then another financial institution or development bank is State Finance Corporation. The State Finance Corporation are the integral part of institutional finance structure in the country. SFC promotes small and medium industries of the state. Besides, SFCs are helpful in ensuring balanced regional development, higher investment, more employment generation and broad ownership of industry. So State Finance Corporation was set up in different states. Basically, SFCs were set up to provide finance to the small and medium enterprise for their promotion as well as to avoid the regional disparities or to improve regional conditions, so that different industries by taking the assistance from SFCs by way of a medium or long term finance, they can utilize that money so that their industries can grow. What is the organization and management part of SFC? The State Finance Corporation management is vested in board of 10 directors. So its board consists of 10 directors. The state government appoint the managing director generally in consultation of a Reserve Bank and nominate 3 other directors. So generally managing director is appointed by the state government in consultation with the RBI and another 3 directors are nominated time to time. The insurance company, scheduled banks, investment trust, cooperative banks and other financial institutions elect 3 directors. So different companies such as insurance or different scheduled bank or investment trust or different cooperative as well as other financial institutions, they elect 3 directors. Hence, the majority of the directors are nominated by government as well as quasi-government. So most of the directors are nominated by the government or quasi-government. What is the basic objectives of State Finance Corporation? Basically, it provides financial assistance to small and medium enterprises. So as State Finance Corporation, that is confined to particular state, basically State Finance Corporation is providing medium as well as long term finance to the small as well as medium industries or industrial concerns. It provides long and medium term loan repayable ordinarily within a period not exceeding 20 years. So apart from small and medium assistance, it also provides long term assistance and the time period not exceeds 20 years or the loan not repayable within a period of 20 years. That means the time period is restricted and that is confined to 20 years, that is not exceeded beyond that. It also grants financial assistance to single industrial concern under corporate and corporate sectors with an aggregate upper limit of rupees 60 lakhs. In certain cases, SFC also provide financial assistance to different corporate as well as cooperative sectors, which the amount of limit is not exceeded to 60 lakhs. In other cases such as partnership concern or sole trade concern or joint Hindu family, the upper limit is limited to 30 lakhs. But in case of a sole trading concern or that is a partnership business or that is a case of joint Hindu family business, the limit is restricted to 30 lakhs. Otherwise, for corporate as well as cooperative sectors, the finance limit is limited to 60 lakhs. Provide financial assistance generally to those industrial concerns whose paid up share capital and free reserves do not exceed 3 crore. Basically, SFC was set up to provide financial assistance generally to those concerns or industries whose paid up capital and free reserves that is not exceeded to 3 crore, to lay special emphasis on the development of backward areas as well as small scale industry. SFC was set up to provide special focus basically to the backward areas, underdeveloped areas as well as to the rural sectors. Next, what is the functions or the role played by State Finance Corporation? State Finance Corporation grant loan mainly for acquisition of a fixed asset like building, land, plant and machinery. Basically, SFC provide financial assistance by way of a fixed asset, that is on land, building, plant, machinery, etc. SFC provide financial assistance to industrial units whose paid up capital and reserves does not exceed 3 crore or such higher limit up to 30 crore as may be specified by the central government. So, SFC can also provide financial assistance to different industrial concerns whose paid up capital and free reserve does not exceed 3 crores, and in certain cases that limit extend to 30 crore and that permission is granted by the central government. SFC underwrites stocks, share, debentures of different industrial concerns. Apart from providing finance activities or finance, the SFC also works for underwriting of share, stock, debenture of different industries. The State Finance Corporation provide guarantee loan raised in the capital market by scheduled bank, industrial concern, state cooperative banks, and that to be repayable within 20 years. So, it provides guarantee loan to different scheduled banks, cooperative sectors, and the loan are repayable within a period of 20 years. It also provides technical and administrative assistance to different industrial concern as well as to any person for promotion, management and expansion of industry. If any industrial concern or businessman they wants to promote their business, they wants to grow or expand their business, in that case SFC also provide different types of promotional assistance, also different types of technical as well as administrative assistance to all industries or businessmen. Planning and assisting in the promotion and development of a industry. Basically, it plans or assist for different activities, how different industries can grow or expand their business. It also acts as an agent of central government, state government, IDBI, IFCI or any other financial institution in the matter of granting of loan or business of IDBI, IFCI or financial institution. So, time to time SFC also acts as an agent for government as well as different financial institution in the matter of granting of loan to such finance institution like IDBI, IFCI or any type of other financial institution. Next, another finance institution or development bank, that is NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. It is an apex development bank in India having headquarters based in Mumbai and other branches are all over the country. It was established in the year 1982, 12th July by a special act passed by Parliament, and its main focus was to uplift rural area or rural India by increasing the credit flow for elevation of agriculture and a rural non-farm sector. It has been architected with matter concerning policy, planning and operation in the field of credit for agriculture and other economic activities in rural area in India. So, basically NABARD, it was set up purely for the development of rural area or backward areas, and its main focus is given on agriculture sector, and it was set up in the year 1982 in the month of July, and its headquarters is at Mumbai or Maharashtra, and basically it was set up for uplift of rural India by way of increasing or providing credit flow for elevation in agriculture sector as well as rural non-farm sectors. What is the basic objectives of NABARD? First one is to give financial assistance for increasing the agricultural production. Basically, IDBI was set up to give main focus or special importance to agricultural production and basically to the rural areas or underdeveloped area or backward areas. To supply long term needs to the rural areas, the term of finance is based upon long term period and finance is provided to the rural areas on long term basis. To supply loan by way of refinance, IDBI provides loan or provides finance by way of refinancing facility. To help small industries, cottage industries as well as artisan, it also helps different small, teeny or cottage industries time to time by way of providing financial assistance. To achieve overall rural development, basically NABARD was set up for uplift or development of rural areas. What is the function or service provided by NABARD? There are three functions. On the basis of that we can discuss. First one is credit function, framing policy and guidelines for rural financial institution. For grant of credit, it provides or it frames and regulates different types of guidelines and providing finance to the rural institution or rural financial institution. Providing credit facility to issuing organization. It also provides different types of credit facilities to different issuing organization. Monitoring the flow of ground level rural credit. So basically IDBI was set up for development of rural areas. So it goes from the ground root level, how that rural area can be developed or how agriculture sector can be developed. Its main focus is to provide that area. Preparation of credit plans annually for all district for identification of credit potential. So when IDBI was provide finance, so how much finance will be required during a particular period? In that case, before providing finance, IDBI prepare a plan or prepare a budget. The total amount of money that will be sanctioned to the rural area, that can be planned properly before providing that. The second is development function. So its main focus is to provide different developmental activities. It helps cooperative bank, regional rural banks to prepare development action plan for themselves. NABARD was set up for developmental activities. Basically different cooperative banks and regional rural bank, how that will be developed. In that case NABARD was focused on that area. So NABARD helps different regional rural bank as well as sponsor banks for memorandum of undertakings with state government as well as cooperative banks for improving the affairs of regional rural banks. It also monitor implementation of different development action plans time to time. It provides financial support for training institute of cooperative banks, commercial banks as well as regional rural banks. It provides financial assistance to different cooperative banks for building improved management information system, computerization of operation and development of human resources. Not only NABARD provides finance, but also it provides different types of technical assistance or improvement of technology as well as computerization and development of human resource time to time. The third function is supervisory function. Here NABARD supervises different banks as well as other financial institutions or rural areas. It undertakes inspection of regional rural banks and different cooperative banks other than urban or primary cooperative bank under the provision of Banking Regulation Act 1949. So as per the Regulation Act 1949, NABARD has get the power to supervise all the activities of different regional rural banks as well as different cooperative banks. It undertakes inspection of state cooperative agriculture and rural development banks. So IDBI has also get, NABARD has also get the power of supervising the activities of state cooperative agriculture and rural development banks and apex non-credit cooperative society on a voluntary basis. NABARD provides recommendation to Reserve Bank of India on issue of a license to cooperative banks, opening of new branches by state cooperative banks and regional rural banks. So when any cooperative banks are newly set up or there is opening of a new cooperative banks, in that case NABARD has provided recommendation to Reserve Bank of India. On their recommendation, Reserve Bank of India provide approval for opening of a different cooperative bank as well as regional rural banks. And it undertakes portfolio inspection beside off-site surveillance of cooperative banks and regional rural banks. So NABARD has also get the power of portfolio inspection of different regional rural banks. The next development bank is regional rural bank. So RRB aimed at providing credit and other facility to small and marginal farmers, agricultural laborers, artisans, small entrepreneurs in rural area. The RRB function within the local limit as specified by government notification. It can have its branches at any place as notified by government. So regional rural bank, as it belongs to rural, so basically its main focus is to the rural area for opening a grant of a finance to different small farmers, laborers as well as different artisans, and a RRB can be set up basically in rural area on approval made by the government. What is the structure and organization of RRB? The authorized capital of RRB is fixed at rupees 1 crore and issued capital is at rupees 2 lakhs. Of the issued capital, 50% subscribed by central government, 15% by concerned state government, and the rest 35% by the sponsoring bank. So authorized capital of regional rural bank is fixed at rupees 1 crore and issued capital is rupees 2 lakh. Out of that issued capital, 50% contributed by government, 15% by concerned state, and a balance 35% is contributed by sponsoring banks. The working and affairs of RRB are directed and managed by board of directors. Basically its working or different affairs managed by the board of directors, and that consists of a chairman, 3 directors to be nominated by central government, and not more than 2 directors nominated by state government, and not more than 3 directors nominated by sponsoring government. So the directors, they are nominated time to time by different state government or by the central government or different sponsor banks. The chairman is appointed basically by the central government and its service period does not exceed 5 years. So we will go to our next part, that is the function of RRB. Granting of loan and advances to small marginal farmers as well as agricultural laborers, whether individually or in groups, and to different cooperative society, agricultural processing society, cooperative farming society, primarily for agricultural purposes or for agricultural operation and related purposes. So SFC or regional rural bank was basically set up for providing small finance to the small workers or laborers or marginal laborers, and basically to different cooperative sectors or societies, cooperative farming society, agricultural processing society, by way of providing small and medium finance. Granting of loan and advances to artisan, small entrepreneurs and person of a small means engaged in trade, commerce and industry or any productive activities within the area of cooperation. So apart from providing financial assistance to different laborers or farmers, regional rural bank was provide financial assistance to different small and medium entrepreneurs. Those are engaged by way of taking finance from regional rural banks and for development of trade, commerce or industry. Carry out the government operation like disbursement of wages of Monrega workers, distribution of pension and others. So regional rural bank also take off providing finance for government operational activities like distribution of wages to Monrega or under Monrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It also provides para-banking facilities like locker facility, credit and debit card, net banking, mobile banking, UPI, etc. So apart from providing financial assistance, regional rural bank also set up for providing different types of para-banking facilities. That means issue of a debit card or credit card, net banking facilities as well as locker facilities, payment through UPI from time to different laborers or workers. This was my discussion in today's class about some of the development banks. Thank you all.